So welcome back to Pop Culture Explosion. This is Mike, and here with the main man, Paul.
Here at Pop Culture Explosion, we talk about movies, video games, action figures, TV shows. We have the occasional meme and stuff. Mike, what are we talking about today?
Today, we're going to talk about this Disney shakeup a little bit here, article that Paul found, where go woke, get broke is no longer.
Mike, I was waiting because if you wouldn't have said that, I would have said that. Get
So
woke,
let's share our
go
screen
broke.
here and talk about this article today. And we'll be very interested to see what our followers have to say about this one.
You know what, Mike? When I saw this article, it actually, you know what? The cynical part of me is like, is this a marketing ploy, or is Disney serious about purging the woke agenda?
Well, here's the deal. When your pocketbook, your wallet is kind of dictates the show, man. And if people, it's known that people are leaving the Star Wars franchise in droves over crap like The Last Jedi, and them injecting political agendas into their movies. You know, the original fans who you're making this movie for are going to leave.
Well, exactly. And the audience that they're pandering to, they don't buy the toys. They don't watch the movie 7, 8, 9, 10 times in the theater. Matter of fact, I would say probably the majority of them don't even bother with the movie. So my question is why would you pander to the Twitter microcosm who aren't going to be buying your stuff anyway?
I guess there's a difference between if you're an employee of Disney and you have control over these movies and you have a message that you want to put out. I think really that needs to be separate than the product that you're making, because in my business, in my daytime business, we talk about target market. What is our target market, and what is the biggest portion of that target market? So if you're going to make a movie and you're going to target somebody, they're targeting a smaller market of people rather than the true people, the fans that brought this franchise to where it is, I think. And so what is it? Star Wars reboot. Disney execs to purge woke agenda in upcoming trilogy. This Doomcock, they talk about this Doomcock guy. You're familiar with him, right?
Doomcock. I don't know who he's talking to, but he gets all the leaks right. We talked about this before the Last Jedi. I would avoid all spoilers, right? And you were the guy always following the spoilers. For that movie, I was so annoyed with The Force Awakens that, you know what, I dove head first. And Doomcock had all the spoilers, and he was correct on every link. So guys, if you're not following Doomcock on YouTube, highly recommend it.
So it says he's the leaker that suggested the House of Mouse is reportedly purging the woke agenda from its upcoming film and franchises. Let's see what else. Let's go down here. Some of the stuff I highlighted is he's explaining, grain of salt, of course. He said crap's about to hit the fan at Disney. He's told that they're going to get out the SJWs. That's a priority one, mandated by the sudden realization that sometimes cliches for a reason, and a new understanding at the highest level that get woke, go broke is no longer just a slogan.
I mean, Disney has lost so much money this year between the closing of their parks, the fact that they couldn't release Mulan. Are they going to even throw Mulan in China? That I really think this is a welcome to Jesus conversation that they're having. Um,
Well,
I'm
and they're concerned. That's the thing. I mean, if you're running Disney, your main concern is profitability, right?
mhm, mhm,
So that's what they're saying here. And Disney executives have become convinced that they need to step in after the decline of Star Wars in the past few years. I mean, they waited this long. Um, the fans, now they're realizing this now, that fans have been driven away from their precious franchises in droves by identity politics.
mhm.
Now it's time to get back to doing business. Time to remember the old adage: the customer is always right.
And, and, and,
Um,
and I'm going to be the first to admit, I love female protagonists done right. You know, Sigourney Weaver, loved her. Ray, I if she had development, if she had growth, but no, she was just the super powerful um, Mary Sue feminist thing that was thrown in her face, and she was just a boring character. And I'm not saying that that the actress is a bad actress. I'm not saying that at all. I'm strictly talking about the character. And even how can women relate to this character? They can't. Um, there was definitely a feminist agenda in the last in the last Jedi. I mean, Mike, you showed me that picture where Poe is getting beaten down by the admiral, and there's a shot of all these women. He's the only guy, and he represented the patriarchy. And it's just like, guys, we just want a good story. We don't care about political agendas. We don't care about your social point of view. Just give us a good story that we can rally up against, you know, rally for.
yeah, and so they're basically, this point in here is investors and executives are now trying to repair the damage that has been done, erasing the sequel trilogy with the veil of the Force. Courting George Lucas to head up Lucasfilm, the coming woke purge, all of these steps are designed to do one thing: bring fans back to Disney.
I,
I'm
I prefer to say to bring balance back to the force.
right. You know, and they look, certainly there are some good things, you know, like with what they did with Mandalorian, you know, or what I've seen of Rebels or the Clone Wars. I mean, it's
I will say, if you have not seen the last 4 episodes of the Clone Wars season 7, that's probably the best Disney Star Wars content they've given us. It was beautiful. Have you seen the last 4 episodes?
no, I haven't, no, but I'm actually started my journey. I've watched the Clone Wars movie,
Ooh,
and now I'm beginning the series from the beginning. So
yeah. So Disney with John Favreau and who's the other guy?
Dave Filoni.
Dave Filoni.
Hmm.
Those guys, they know it. They know what the audience wants. They know what the fans want. And I mean, Ahsoka Tano, she might be my favorite Star Wars character. And I give credit to the actress that played her, and I give credit to the writers and to those two gentlemen because they wanted to give us entertainment, and they weren't doing an agenda.
So to, you know, this last comment here says, you know, Disney is a for-profit company, and no one who works for Disney will be allowed to insult or antagonize fans, which is okay. Who, you know, Ryan Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy, Brie Larson has done that. Look, man, if I was like in a grocery store in the produce section looking for a head of lettuce and the employee was giving me crap, like they don't want to hear it, you know, am I going to shop there again?
No,
You know, that's the same idea. You know, we're buying a product and it's their job to make it. And their job is to make it so that we're happy watching it. Not,
exactly,
oh, we're making this, you know, we're going to do our own thing for our own reasons. What? You know what? Good. I'm glad you're losing money, you know, and I'm glad at least they're trying to realize that this is what's happening. It just, it makes them look stupid that it took this long for them to pump the brakes.
You know what though? I'm going to go with the better late than never. You know, I want good Star Wars, and I'm encouraged that Disney has come to this realization. And all I want is a good story. I want good characters. I don't care if they're characters of color, they're gay, I don't care about that. Give me a good written character. That's all I want. And I'm going to backtrack on something. You can throw an SJW theme in there as long as the story is entertaining. You know,
Like good Solo. That's what they did with that robot, Lando's girlfriend or whatever. She was totally had an agenda, but it was like just that sort of little microcosm story thing with her, and that was just who that character was. But the whole movie wasn't about that.
Well, look at Avatar, for example. I mean, that was a huge, looking back, huge SJW movie, about militarism, environment, indigenous life forms. I mean, but it was just an entertaining movie. It's like looking back, oh yeah, there were some SJW themes in that movie, but you know what? I love that movie. And I probably saw that movie at least 10 times in the theater. So guys in Hollywood, just give us a good movie, give us enriched characters, give us characters that have growth in them. If you want to throw in something subliminal, go ahead. But again, just give us a good story and good characters. Put the agenda in the back seat, put the story writing in the front seat. That's all we're asking.
Well, I find this interesting here. How Doomcock is announcing the franchise would be getting rebooted with George Lucas at the helm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That blows my mind.
And I'm sure George is going to get. Yeah, I heard about this about a month or two ago. I'll believe it when I see it. But right now, this is just. I think this is a really good confirmed rumor at this time.
Well, and my thought on it is, did we forget what this guy did with the prequels? I mean, how bad did we hate the prequels for so long? I'm only now trying to get over that.
Mike, we don't hate the prequels. You do.
Hated. I do enjoy them now.
The Phantom Menace, Jar Jar Binks. Oh my God, there's no redemption for Jar Jar Binks, except now Rose Tinko, maybe.
Yeah, see, I don't hate Jar Jar as much these days. I don't hate Jar Jar. He's ridiculous. That's my new, what I refer to him as. He's ridiculous.
I enjoyed the Clone Wars. I really like Revenge of the Sith. George Lucas, love you, man. Thank you for this gift. You are an amazing story creator. You're just a bad writer. We'll leave it at that.
Oh, snap. Well, all right. So final thoughts here.
I'm encouraged. I really am. I've not given up on Star Wars. I really dislike I will not call it the sequel trilogy. I call it the Disney trilogy. We lost Harrison Ford. I can't see him coming back. We lost Carrie Fisher. I can't see them remaking the trilogy. I just want to see a good story coming forward. Maybe with Admiral Thrawn. That would be amazing.
Well, and I just think that, I think it's a good thing that they're wanting to make content for the true fans of who built this franchise, instead of trying to get too crazy with experimentation, I don't know. You know what? Star Wars fans are never happy, so I don't know what to tell you.
I will have to agree with you.
You catch lightning in a bottle with the original trilogy. The rest is just doomed.
You know what? The phrase I get sick of is toxic fans. Just because you don't like something doesn't necessarily make you toxic.
Yeah, I mean, you can have the conversation. Hey, I didn't enjoy it. I don't care that you enjoy it, right?
So okay. While we wrap this up, just to give our viewers a teaser, we're going to have a conversation, Mike and I, with a friend of Mike who is a fan that loves The Last Jedi. And I'm looking forward to that conversation.
Yeah. So keep it tuned in.
Keep it tuned in.
Pop Culture Explosion. Visit us on Facebook.
Hey, and everyone, like this. Well, you know what? You know what? Screw that. Don't like this video if you don't like it. If you like it, like it. If you haven't subscribed. And you know what? I'm just going to end this with Mike. You know my favorite phrase. Peace out.
He's out.